I'm Sophie.
Hello, I'm Kris.
And I'm going to show you how to make a dinosaur head like this one using this pack, which is something that you can do at home. So inside your pack you will find a paintbrush, a roll like this, slide up there, a stapler, and 2 plastic bolts. I'm going to unwrap this roll to show you a load of coloured paper and some PVA glue. Should we get started?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to put the head together.
Great.
So what I've got here is a adult head, so it's a grown-up sized dinosaur head because I thought that might fit you.
So this one?
Yeah, so children's head will be a little bit different. It will just have a rounder eye and softer teeth, so it's just not as scary as the adult one.
Excellent.
So you'll notice that you'll see some fold lines
Oh yeah.
on your, that's it, and
Yeah.
it's really easy. You're just gonna fold it up, fold that side up, and then you'll notice on the nose there's also some little fold marks there.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's really just like that. And now you can just, it should be your stapler in your pack.
Oh yeah. That's it.
That's it, just staple it into place.
Just in line. That side.
That's it. And you'll also see at the back there, yeah, you finish that first. And then I'm going to finish mine.
Okay, so that's the front.
That's the front. And you can see, oh, see mine. At the back there, you've got the same thing. You've got those 2 little flaps there.
Oh yeah. Fold those up.
Yeah. And those as well. Fold that little bit in.
Perfect.
You can see it's starting to become a dinosaur. Now, you're probably better off, if you're smaller, getting a grown-up to help you with this thing.
Okay. That's pretty simple.
That's pretty simple. And the jaw, oh, is pretty much the same. Now, the template that the children's heads, they might be just a little bit different because there's an extra bit of cardboard here.
On the back.
Yeah, which you'll just fold over because again, I'm going to make the jaw here and you'll see how that all fits together. Same thing, folding up that front bit there and folding up that front bit there. And then when you staple those together, you nearly got a dinosaur head.
Yeah, so that's the jaw.
That's the jaw. And I reckon you can probably work out what to do next.
Let's see if I can match up those holes. And there'll be 2 sets of bolts like this.
Yeah, you'd have the 2 sets of bolts. We'll just put them together now, but actually, just to see how they look.
And do you want the
Yeah.
kind of
So
sticky out bit inside or outside?
when you put them together, the sticky out bit goes out like that because you
Okay.
don't want the sticky out bit inside banging your head, basically. So,
Good thinking.
and the jaw goes inside the head as well. That's the other thing. Now we're just doing this bit now, but actually you're going to find it easier in the long run. I'm just showing you how to put it together. You would actually decorate it first before you put it together, but this is just to show you how to kind of assemble it.
Okay, so we'll just put it together so you can see.
Yeah.
But actually when we start decorating it, we'll take the bolts out.
You take it apart, yeah.
Yeah.
But that just gives you, there's your head. Okay, so I showed you how to put the head together.
Yep.
We've taken it apart again now because it's much easier to decorate it separately. So we're going to start, first of all, before I start adding any colour, I'm going to add a little bit of texture to
Okay.
them. This is completely optional. It's up to you. If you want to add some extra texture to your dinosaur, you can.
Okay.
If you want to just get on with colouring it as it is, that's also fine. It's
Great.
completely up to you. So in your pack, you've got this white paper,
Yeah.
and this paper is just really good. If you you can tear it, and sort of, yeah. You're just going to keep a little bit of it as well for your eye, because you can see you've got a hole in the eye here, and at the end you'll put a bit of white paper on the inside there.
Yeah.
So if I built my eye up on front, then the eye can be, the eye would be just fine. Is that too complicated?
No? Have you got an example?
Yeah, okay, so I do. Yeah, that's that one there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's an example there. See how I've just built it up with sausages of paper and glue.
Yeah.
When it dries, it's really hard,
Yeah.
but it just makes the dinosaur just a little bit more 3D. It's just kind of added to it a bit.
Around the lip here, right?
I've done the same around the lip, and I've also added some teeth on there, so it just kind of shows you the extra bits and pieces. I'm still kind of working on it.
Yeah.
The extra bits and pieces that you can do. And I've used the white paper on the inside there as well to kind of toughen it up a bit.
I got you.
But so this white paper is just really good for making your dinosaur a bit stronger,
Yeah.
but also just adding any detail. So shall we make a little start on that?
Yeah.
So
okay. So it's
one thing to also remember with your glue is that you're not going to use it straight out of the pot. You're going to dilute it with water because it's just too thick.
Okay.
So you're going to dilute the same amount of glue with the same amount of water, basically.
okay, so 1 for 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1. So if I just do that, and
Do
then
the
you
same
can
amount
do
of
the
water.
one. That's it. That looks great. And then you just give that a really good stir. So that means that this glue is going to last a lot longer as well. You'll be able to, it's really up to you. If you want to just decorate the outside of your dinosaur head, that's fine. But if you want to go inside and do his mouth, I can show you this one here I had fun with. He's got a tongue in there, you see?
Wow. Yeah,
you can add bits and pieces, so it's really up to you.
I can see
what
you
you
do.
do.
Texture around the nostril as well.
Yeah, this one he ended up with, actually it gave him like a wart here, can you see there?
yeah,
I gave him a
yeah,
little
big
dot,
part.
but
Yeah.
this is all just done with paper, so it's just everything that you've got in your pack, you'll be able to do this with.
Brilliant.
So, yeah. So, just to start, let's just start with doing those little lines around the eyes then.
Okay.
So it's just a kind of strip of paper here.
Yep.
Actually, make that a bit thinner, like that. And then what I normally do is just kind of cover that with glue. Maybe we should talk about putting a cloth on the table before you start, if you're at home.
Yeah,
Might
maybe.
be a good idea to do.
Parents will appreciate that.
Yeah, but we might just make a bit of a mess here, sorry.
No worries.
See that? And you're going to end up with glue on your hands.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. See, if I just sort of cover that with glue,
Yeah.
and then you can just, you're just sort of folding it, making like a glue paper sausage basically. And then I'm just going to start to just kind of edge that around my eye. And you can just build that up and build that up. Keep on going round. That's what I'm doing there. But as I said, this is kind of optional,
Yeah.
This is like, there's so many different ways to decorate these heads, and that's the really exciting thing, is to see what heads are going to appear.
Okay. And we're not looking for it to be perfectly flat, it's just kind of got to go around the eye.
Yeah, just around the eye, just to add.
Kind of go
Yeah.
layer on layer.
Layer on layer, yeah, you can add more afterwards. And you can kind of use it a little bit like paper mache, this white paper. See here now, if I just take some little scraps and just glue them on and around. See how I'm just building that eye up a little bit?
Yeah. Yours is definitely neater than mine, but I can see where
That's
we're going
because
with
I've
it.
been doing so many dinosaur bits and pieces. It's just one way of doing it. Like you don't have to add this bit. It's just to give you the option. Maybe you don't even need this bit. Sorry.
Alright.
Should we keep recording?
Yeah.
this in fast forward. It's fiddly. Do you know what? Maybe we just skip this eye bit.
Nah, I don't think so.
My eyes on.
I like the ripping of the small bits to hold the
Yeah.
sausages in place.
Yeah, that's really useful actually. Because you do end up just sort of smoothing things down with your fingers and glue it up, smudging pieces into place. That's my two eyes there. Another thing that I was doing, which again is kind of optional, was adding a sausage just to make a lip along there,
Oh yeah.
just to kind of separate the teeth from the body, so it just makes it easier when you're colouring. So the same thing, a kind of just white sausage line along the lips there.
Okay.
But again, it's optional. It's
How's that
that
look,
is
Sophie?
awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. So he feels a bit more dinosaur-y and a bit less flat. That's the thing. It's just to make him feel a little bit more 3D, and it would just add a little bit more character to him, really. So then I would just, maybe just do the same with the sausage on the lips. Let's do that, and then let's start colouring because that's
Okay.
the fun bit.
Excellent. So we're
Yeah.
going along.
Yeah. Do you know what colour you're going to do?
I don't know actually. We've got lots of options
In the pack?
in the pack. So
Yeah.
might do a lucky dip, see whichever colour
See
comes
what
out
comes out.
first.
Yeah, let the colour choose you.
Exactly. Again, just on the top of the lip, that's that.
Yeah, just around there. Just gives a bit of a line around the teeth there. So it will help you to keep those teeth white if you want them white when it comes to colouring, just because you've got a line to kind of... Says. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'm just following there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great.
You know what? Then it's pretty much ready to decorate. So decorating is totally up to you. You've got your 5 colours here. So you can use all 5 of them. You can use one of them. You can use a combination. It's completely up to you. Okay, so we both added a bit of texture onto our heads. We're going to share this pack. So you choose a couple of colours, and I'm going to choose a couple of colours.
I've gone with yellow and blue.
And I've got the green and the purple.
Great.
So one thing about paper is
Yeah.
that there's one way that you can tear it really easily.
Okay.
And with this tissue paper,
Yeah.
if you hold it lengthways, oh dear, like that, yeah, then you should find that if you tear it, it just tears in a really nice straight line. Does that work?
Yeah. If I fold it in half, will it still tear like that?
Yeah, do that.
Okay,
That's
so let's
probably
see if I
easier.
can-
That's a great idea.
Am I going
Have
the
you
right?
got, no, you're not going the right way. So
Gone
maybe
the
I'm
wrong way.
wrong here. Maybe the colours are different. Oh my
Okay.
god.
So. Oh yeah. I can see
Yeah,
that
okay,
way's
so you
gone
might
all
have to
the way down.
experiment. So some colours, might be different.
Okay, so there will be one way that
There will be
naturally
one
tears
way
the
that
green.
naturally tears better. So I'm going to do mine green with purple stripes. So actually I'm going to do my green stripes first.
Okay, so I'm just going to tear this into strips so that I'm not having to do that with gluey fingers, right?
Not with gluey fingers, and you don't have to use scissors either. It just makes it all much easier. then
Yep.
I've got my strips here, just make a bit shorter there. So then what you end up doing is putting glue down on the head.
Okay. I'm just going to do the side that I put the texture on already,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and I'm just going to do this side for this. There.
The big flat surfaces that we were doing here, yeah?
Yeah, just the big flat side of the head. So we can do it in strips, because what I'm going to do here though is I'm going to just match him to my lip there. And then once you put the paper on, you can just use glue on top of it. So it's quite a weird thing to do. You put glue underneath and then you put glue on top. But that just means that it kind of seals it. And when it dries,
when you get the fold, you get two different
yeah,
shades.
you kind of get like wrinkles or bits and pieces. So there's a lot that you can do with paper.
And again, if you don't put the colour paper on the kind of the jagged lines, you've already naturally got white teeth.
Exactly. That's why I sort of put that line there, just to help me a little bit. But you know, there's 100 different ways of making these dinosaurs, and every way is good. So yeah.
And it doesn't really matter if we kind of go over the hole where the bolts are going to go in.
Doesn't matter at all, because you'll just almost let that dry and then break it through afterwards, because it's just a bit neater.
And that will hold the bolt, I guess.
And it will hold the bolt, yeah. So I'm on this just putting all my paper kind of facing the same way, so I'm getting my lines all going the same way.
Okay.
I'm liking it.
So yeah, so if you want that line effect, you kind of go in the same direction.
Same direction, yeah. Because you'll see it just builds up, and when you get to the eyes, try and wrap that colour round into the inside there, so you get.
Just like I've done there, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
I guess if you've got a little bit of overlap, you could just fold on the inside,
You can just
right?
fold it around, yeah, exactly.
So just go inside like so.
Oh, it's becoming a green dinosaur.
Yellow's gonna
be good.
It's gonna be good.
That's my head. Now I've got the colour on there, I'm going to start putting some stripes on mine.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm going to use the...
There.
there.
And you can just tear off like small bits. So I've got
Just,
these little
yeah,
white patches
If
here.
you've got little holes,
white bits.
yeah, you can just fill those in. And just,
Like
it's
so.
definitely easier to do it on strips rather than like trying to put a whole sheet of paper over the top, because then
Okay.
that just gets really fiddly. Just strips and working onto it just gives you a bit more control.
I also find if there's almost more glue than you need, the paper just sticks on really easily,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah, that's why that's why I always, like, when I finished, it's a weird thing to do, but you just paint glue all over the top of it because it just makes it a bit more solid.
I guess that afterwards as well, it's going to kind of almost make it shiny. give it
Yeah,
that
shiny
shine to it.
and waterproof-ish as well. Not that we'll be wearing them outside, but
Not this year.
not this year. Not this year. I'm going to start doing my stripes then with purple.
I think I'm ready.
Yeah, and I'm just doing it just by tearing again because it kind of looks a bit more natural, just teared as well.
I can see you've gone a little bit thinner with that one.
Gone a little bit thinner, yeah. Just let's see. Maybe I'll do my stripes going down. Actually, I haven't tried that yet. How he's going to look. Not sure. Maybe lengthwise.
Okay, so I'm just going to put these to the side for now.
Yeah.
Where's this going to want to tear?
Yeah. Start putting my stripes on.
Okay, I didn't want to tear that way straight away. Go in that direction.
I do think that some of the colours tear in different directions.
Did happen naturally. I started trying to tear it one way and it didn't work, so I
Yeah,
did it
just
the
try
other way
the
and it
other.
worked straight away.
Yeah. I'm making this. It's got some weird textures, my one. Just kind of patching mine in to make them a bit camo.
Oh yeah. See your colours contrast a bit better, which makes them stand out.
But you'll see when it dries as well, that might pop a little bit more.
I guess.
So yeah, you can think about putting darker colours with lighter ones to... You've got all different colours as well though there, so... Let's see. Then... One of the other colours that you've got is black, which is quite useful.
Okay.
Because for lots of them, it can, just by adding a kind of a black outline, like around the eyes, or if you just grab that purple one there,
Oh yeah.
see, yeah, the black outline can kind of just make them look a little bit more cartoony. And
I
if you
like
think these dinosaurs might be on zoo,
Yeah.
just that you've got a big cartoon head on you, just looks funnier.
Amazing. No, the black line, I like
Black
that.
line, yeah. So you've got black paper there. Just dropped it. And again, you would just do it in exactly the same way. Let's just find the right way to tear it. Is it that way? No, it's not. I teared it the wrong way.
See, if I have more joy doing it this direction.
Yeah.
No, I think
No,
you're right.
it was right.
No,
Okay.
yours was right.
So you're tearing your strip. But what I'm going to do now is like just giving him a bit of mascara or eyeliner.
Yeah.
Just going to put a bit of black around the eye there. Just a sausage in there.
And again, if you do it on the table.
Yeah. Put your glue on. And do you know what? Some of the children at Henry Dickens have been adding eyelashes to their dinosaurs. So
Crazy.
there's lots and lots of extras that you can do once you...
I think my daughters would be very up for that.
Yeah. And it is quite exciting. You start to feel them come alive. I'm doing it too quickly. And sometimes it's good to just, like, if your fingers are getting really gluey and the table's getting really gluey, just stop for a bit, let it dry,
Yeah.
and then come back to it and carry on working on it. Just.
I also noticed that we're obviously doing just one surface of one side.
Yeah,
Maybe that helps because then that part can dry before you move on
before
to the
you
next
do the
part.
second side. Yeah,
Otherwise
the
you
other
might have it
side.
sticking to the table, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the black bit is a bit fiddly.
It is fiddly because I just put it on and it all just come off straight away. So it's definitely, it could be a thing that because I'm putting this on while it's wet,
Yeah.
to wait for it to dry and then
Yeah.
do that as another stage, but we'll just do it here just to try and show it being done. because I'd like to just, the last thing I'd like to show you, I think. Just do feel like letting that dry a little bit more.
Yeah, I find also once you've got it on there, you can use the paintbrush. It
push
doesn't
it down.
stick so much to your. It
Yeah.
sticks to your finger, but it doesn't stick to the paintbrush so
Actually,
much.
that is a very, you're absolutely right.
Move it
Yeah,
around
look
a
at
bit
that.
easier with the,
Yeah.
with the glue brush.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It wasn't quite in the perfect spot, but now I've used the brush.
Yeah, you
Feel
can just
like a bit more control.
tap it in, push it in. Now that I've got my eye there, have we got any more of the white paper left? Oh no, here it is. So normally I'd sort of wait for all of this to dry, but just going to move on to this bit now. Just you would just take, once that's dry, so just a little square of this, and you're going to stick that white on the inside there, you see? So then your eye just looks a little bit more 3D, and once that's all dry, then you can add your pupil. You can add the,
so I'm sticking the glue on the.
yeah, you're doing it on the inside bit there, yeah. Right. That's it. And I'm just going to tear this to be the right size.
Okay, Sophie?
Yeah, that looks good. I would, whack a load more glue down. You can put glue all over it on the inside.
Even on the eye?
Even on the
I
eye,
guess when you
it's
do it
fine.
inside the eye, you've got to be careful that you don't poke through
that
it.
you don't poke, that you don't poke all the black off as well.
But if you do, because I did this with my daughter, she poked through the eye.
You
You
fix
can
it.
just put another layer.
You can fix it afterwards. Like everything is. There we go. So I'm just doing that there. And this white paper is quite good because it kind of stretches. And so once that dries, it will be. I just hope my black hasn't all come off, and it hasn't. So there you go. That's my.
Great.
Yeah. So then you just carry on really, and your dinosaur will just
And I noticed on kind of the ones that you've done here, you've kind of got an extra layer. You've kind of cut out a circle.
I cut out a circle of tissue there, and with a pen I drew around it just to add that pupil.
Okay. And
So
you've done the same on that one there.
And the same with that one, yeah. But there's loads of ways that you can do a pupil. You could just draw a dot, you know. You can make them really cute. There's lots of different eyes that you can make. So, just kind of experiment there.
Right.
Yeah. That's it. Well, have you got Lennon's here to show?
Oh yeah.
You've got some examples
that's
of
the-
one.
that's the one.
Those are totally different
So
ones.
this is the type of eye shape that you'll get with the children's size head.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah, and so they do look a bit, they look a bit funnier. This one could actually be a bit scary, but
Yeah.
I think the children's ones are, So we're going to have loads of different kinds of dinosaurs. It's so exciting to see what
Amazing.
happens. Yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you, Sophie.
All right, no worries.